All I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one. You understand?
G'day guys, Chaos Chronicles. Alright, so Bikies in Prison. What happens? Do they mingle together, or do they war, or what's the go? So that is the question. Do they get along, or do they go to war? So I can only say in my own experience what I have seen, been through, and whatever myself. So I know, like, well, I'll say with my own eyes, I have seen, bikies from one club, bikies training together that are both from clubs that are warring on the outside. Now, I won't run their names up or anything like that, but like there were two clubs that were warring on the outside, and they were literally training partners on the inside, and they got along fine and no warring and whatnot. But I myself have when I was with the club and that, been through times where, yeah, there's definitely wars going on. So like, at Port Phillip at one time, they had like maybe five different clubs there. I know for a fact there was definitely four different clubs there at one time, and most of them clubs didn't get along. And yeah, it was definitely war times, that's for sure. And yeah, so it's basically on site as well. So if you see that person, if you're at the medical and you see a person from another club that you're warring with, we it was on site. Like I'm talking about myself when I was with the club, and when we seen that other club, we it was literally on site. And yeah, there were times where I can remember where, back at Port Phillip, you used to be able to, if you were on the enhanced contract level. So I've explained in my videos that they have base, upper, and enhanced. And so if you were on the enhanced level, you were allowed to go to the gym at 6 o'clock and train. So it didn't matter what unit you were from. If you were on enhanced, the whole jail was allowed to go to the gym if you were on enhanced from whatever unit and mingle together. And so yeah, and that used to start at 6 o'clock. And yeah, I remember when yeah, there was a big club fight up at the gym between two clubs. And let's just say, yeah, that was one of the biggest all-in brawls that jail's ever seen. I would say. And security basically didn't come until the end. I swear they just let it happen, and there were people on the ground everywhere. And the people that were involved did not stop fighting, right up until the end. And I literally remember, yeah, there was like, um, one club was walking out right when security were coming in, and they didn't even stop them. And yeah, that was a pretty hectic war where shanks were involved and everything. And yeah, so I'm not going to say what club won, what club didn't win. I didn't mention names or whatever, anyhow, for a reason. But yeah, do clubs get along, or do they war? It's definitely much. It depends on what prison, because it's much of a muchness. It's horses for courses. It's really what's going on at the time, and what's going on at the prison at that time as well. But generally, I guess if you were to ask me, the answer to that question is generally they don't get along. And yeah, like I said, most clubs have the whole on-site thing as well. So basically, it's the answer is, yeah, they definitely don't get along. Generally don't get along. And yeah, well, they generally don't get along. That's the answer to the question. I mean, I could say a lot more, but yeah, I really don't want to yeah, like I've said before in my videos, there is a fine line between telling a story and telling on someone, you know. And so, yeah, I obviously don't cross that line. And so that's why I don't talk about certain things or names and stuff like that. But anyhow, there you go. Do clubs get along in prison? Generally, they don't, but sometimes they do. All right, guys, Chaos Chronicles.
I am also the guy decides if you and your friends walk out of here.